super excited. It's awesome.
Awesome. Okay, well, let's do it. Thank you for joining me, everybody. This is TonyZenpai. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself? Tell us a bit about you.
Hey guys, I'm TonyZenpai, or it's known as just Tony. Basically, the whole gist about me is that I am a gym rat, but also an anime nerd or anime weeb, whatever you want to call it, otaku. I very much am a beginner cosplayer. I'm not super experienced. I just want to full disclosure. I'm not a person who like is an expert, but recently just got into cosplay after becoming a bodybuilder. I recently just competed in one of my first bodybuilding
Oh
competitions, and
wow.
so because I put so much effort into it, I thought I would do some cosplaying, and yeah, it's been super fun, and I'm really happy to be here.
That is fantastic. No, we're super happy to have you. So I had a pretty good idea as how I wanted to start off. I knew exactly what I wanted my first two questions to be. So
Mhm.
I'm gonna get the simple one out of the way. How long have you been doing this for? How long have you been cosplaying?
For just total like 2 years. Honestly,
Wow.
at the anime convention or anime-thon has been my only convention that I've been cosplaying. I am
Okay.
a busy person. I guess that's one of the things I didn't say is that I'm also a full-time student in university, right?
Wow.
So,
Yeah. You're busy, all right. And
right,
yeah. So continue.
yeah. So imagine part-time work, full-time school, while maintaining a very full-time workout schedule. So it's very hard for me financially and time-wise to,
Yeah.
book, like for example, OtaFest or Calgary Expo.
Yeah.
I would really love to go there,
Same.
but AnimeThon has been my only convention, and I started cosplaying last year.
Wow, that's incredible for only doing it for 2 years. And one of the things I like about Animathon is it's the cheapest con I know of. Even getting 3 day tickets, it's pretty good. It's really reasonable for like the whole convention. It's really nice. Now, like, what made you decide you wanted to start cosplaying? Because I know you were excited to
Honestly,
talk about that, and I really want to hear about it.
well, I will say, ironically, AnimeThon was kind of the reason or like the place that I found that like initial drive to cosplay. It was all the way back in 2019. I think that was one of my, not my first year of AnimeThon, but I think it was probably my second year right before COVID.
Hmm.
And
Oh
I
yeah.
remember specifically like hanging out right outside at Artist Alley. I was kind of just chilling
Oh
out,
man.
and I saw a bunch of a really cool cosplay. I even forgot what cosplay it was, but I think what really spoke to me was the confidence and the coolness that came off the person. And at that time, I had issues with self confidence and body image positivity. So from that day, I really like in my mind, I kind of like started planting the seed of wanting to cosplay. Like I myself wanted to feel that cool or be that cool and have enough self
Yeah.
confidence in myself to just, um, be in cosplay, right, and just
Of
have
course.
fun,
Of
right?
course. And it's got to be nerve wracking. I found it really interesting, like how willing you were to talk about immediately how willing you were to talk about the confidence that was required for you to do what you do because like
Mhm.
uh, when I was describing meeting you, I remember talking like at work the next week about some of the people that I met there. Like one of the things I mentioned about you is that everywhere you went in the con, there were just people smiling all around you. Like you really seemed like you seemed like one of the most confident guys there. Like you always had like yeah, you always had a lot of positive people all around you. Like you were making everybody like you're making everybody laugh. You could strike a
Mhm.
pose. Like yeah, you seem like an extremely confident guy. But was that something that you had to like really work on? Was that like a was that something you had to like drive yourself for to do these cons?
I would say so very much. Anyone that knows me, even from like high school or even like earlier from middle school, for sure I was a little more of the introverted. I still kind of am naturally, but I was very much more introverted as a kid and as a high schooler. And my body self image, I was a lot more heavier. Believe it or not, I used to be almost 300 pounds 3 years ago. I think that was my peak,
Three
right?
years?
So
Only 3 years ago.
I want to say 3, 4 years ago. I think like 4 years ago was like when like during COVID. I mean, not surprising, COVID. A lot of us kind of gained weights, but that was like
Oh
for
yeah.
me very big hit. Um, but either way, the confidence in myself was on the very low, and after kind of going through this process of bettering myself and kind of finding the support, because it's almost like once you start working on yourself, people start noticing, and then people start cheering you on. And over time, over this last 2 3 years of me working on myself, I started kind of realizing the qualities I have, and then it kind of like almost like it's a feedback loop. I get more motivation, and that makes me push harder, and then that's where it gets other people to notice. I will say at the convention itself, I kind of just, regardless of the self doubt that I do have, which I did have a lot, um, I just say, screw it. We're here to have fun. Let's just walk like you are the top, like you're like
Yep.
the top of the crowd, right?
Yep. Yep. You wear it very well. There's something that I always, you probably heard me say this before, like during our picture reviews and stuff like that, but there's something that I always say when you see somebody that's clearly done bodybuilding work and, is out and they get to flaunt it a bit, and that's, man, they earned it. Like, man, you went out and earned it. That's incredible. Like, for 3 or 4 years to get in the kind of shape that you're in is an achievement for absolutely anybody. That's amazing. So you'll see here. I'm gonna bring up some of your cosplays while we're talking here. I've got your Instagram here, which has been above your head this whole time. But just bringing up some of your cosplays, like these are incredible. Like the work that you put in to be able to pull this off, like that's insane. Like, as somebody who only has a very, very passing knowledge of bodybuilding, like mostly through friends of mine, obviously not me. I've only gone to a gym twice in my life, and it was to impress somebody that I had a crush on that asked me to go to the gym with them, and I never went back. So, like, that didn't work out. But did you, like, what did you have to do to be able to get pictures like this on these days? Like, did you have to dehydrate for these? Did you have to, like, or did you just put the work in and do it? How does that work?
So very much, I will say, full disclosure, I have a coach. So a lot of
Awesome.
my progress has been through a coach, and I met him through my work, which I guess I will say now I do work at a gym, right? So it kind of is,
Fantastic.
right. It's a little easier
Nice.
to stay in shape when you work at a gym, so it's just
Of
like one
course.
place. But anyways, very much similar to how you would cut for a bodybuilding show. I did do some form of dehydration, reduction of carbs. So a lot of these days, if you see here, I am not like starving, because like I didn't go as hard as I did for a bodybuilding show, because that's a lot more competitive.
Hmm.
But I was very much like on the lower energy side, a lot of water retention, right?
That is
Um,
crazy to me because you seemed like you had all the energy in the world. Like when you're here, like the immediate confidence. Like yeah, you seemed like very very alert. That's really surprising to me.
mhm. Part of that, I mean, even like I remember like specifically um, when I was like posting my lineup, I literally, like, my goal was not only to I internally, I think every cosplayer wants to have their picture or a picture asked of them. I think that's, I know
That's
for
what I
me, I
hope.
really really wanted to be asked for a picture. But for me, I like to bring smiles and positivity and laughter, right? Because I already know, like, the thing I'm bringing, I'm being a masculine version of a feminine character, especially with like a Anya or Yor. But even like with the bunny outfit, right? Like, I'm wearing something that's not traditionally for guys, and I know that it will turn heads. But that's kind of the point. I want
Yeah,
people to like giggle, to smile, to have a good time. And like, to me,
absolutely.
that energizes me, and so that's what kind of pushes me to get, even though I am starving or I'm dehydrated, I still keep going because I want to reach as many people and give positivity in their day.
You're feeding off their energy too. It comes back. It's another feedback loop. That's
Mhm.
fantastic. You know, I told the story before, but the very first convention I ever went to, one of the
Mhm.
first cosplayers I saw just on my way in was this huge, just mountain of a man cosplaying as Sailor Moon. And he was committed. And it set the tone and it made me so happy. And like, yeah, it just gave me that great big smile. And like, yeah, it really shows that like, yeah, that it's a it's a really head turning thing, you know? It's
Mhm.
really loud but it's really fun and it's yeah, that's one of my favorite memories of going to con, and I'm sure that you've done that for other people as well. Like that's fantastic.
Yeah.
So let's, man, I'm really enjoying this talk already. I've got to take a look at my list because I'm getting sidetracked like very, very
Yeah,
quickly
yeah.
here.
All good,
But
okay, I love
I,
it.
I've noticed one thing that, though I've noticed with every single person I've spoken to from the convention, whether interview or not, is that we all go to the con because we feel like we can just be ourselves there. You know, like
Mhm.
it's such a great atmosphere. I love feeling like there's nothing I could possibly do to be the weirdest person in the room. You know, and
Mhm.
that's a good thing.
Oh,
All
100%.
right. How long did you think about doing cosplay before you actually went for it? Was this something you thought about for years beforehand, or did you just decide one year, this is me now?
Well, kind of like your first question, like I guess that initial idea was from like 2019, but even before that, I know like depending on how far you want to go down my Instagram, because that goes for like a little bit of years. But I started with foam making, like crafting like props,
Oh, wow.
and I think that was when I was in high school, like almost like early high school. I really started
Okay.
like I know crap, I feel bad for forgetting her name, but she was like talking about Warbler, like the
Oh, yeah,
materials,
Neko
like
Kitty. Yes, absolutely.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah. So like she said, it's super expensive. So as a high schooler with a minimum wage job, I
Yeah.
could afford that. So I had to go buy yoga mats at Canadian Tire, and like I
Nice.
glue them together.
Yep.
I bought a sander. I bought a bandsaw belt. Like I was like super into it. I started like 8 a.m. in the morning. I don't care if my mom and dad are sleeping. I'm cutting it in the backyard like.
That's so cool.
Right, I was super passionate because I really like adored the crafting of like props and foam,
Yeah.
and I'd say for about 3 4 months in like early high school I was into that, but then I think I just dropped off because I, like many people in high school, just kind of figuring themselves out. I had some issues of depression and self confidence,
Yeah.
so I didn't manage to stay with that.
Yeah.
So I guess from the early point of like cosplay, early high school, but it wasn't until 2019 where I decided to make a eternal effort to put effort into myself and eventually gain confidence to then cosplay, whether that was just being a costume that I would get off a line or like make myself.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So how many cosplays would you say you've done? Like how many
Including
different characters?
including the one that this year, I would say five.
Five? Okay, right on. Well, since
Yeah.
I'm only normally wouldn't ask, but where it's five, like, what were they? What five characters?
Well, besides the three that were this year, which in this case is Anya, Yor, and technically it was just a bunny suit. Like I
Yeah.
wasn't actually designing on a specific character, but a lot of people tell me I look very much like a gender bent Mai. I guess I could take that, right?
No, fair enough.
Honestly, and this might be a question or answering a question for the future, but I know I wanted to try like bunny suit Bulma, right, from Dragon
Oh,
Ball.
yeah, that's pretty iconic. Yeah, absolutely.
Right. It's already in the vein of the bunny suit, but I
Yeah.
mean, I feel like that's something I could work on. But so those are the three that were this year, and then the last year I was buff Nezuko, and then also just serious Inosuke from Demon Slayer.
That's really cool. Okay, that's awesome. I haven't seen those ones. And until I have my own Instagram account, it only lets me scroll down so far. So I actually haven't seen those ones yet. You know, before I get too far off track with it, do you still have any of like the foam props that you made, or have those like kind of been lost to time?
I still have all of them. They're just so because they're from high school,
Yeah,
and I'm no longer living at home, so I have moved out. A lot of them have stayed at my parents' place,
fair
which
enough.
includes the equipment. So I mean, in the future, now that I've gotten a lot more passion for cosplay and have been inspired by
Ooh.
so many people, right? I kind of want to go back and grab the equipment, all the foam props that I kind of abandoned, and just maybe start doing that,
Yeah.
um, right?
No,
Because it's super cool. It's
that's fantastic. Yeah, and it's nice that you still have them. Like that's kind of special, you know? Like yeah. Yeah, I know you absolutely should do that. That would be very, very cool. And hey, maybe we could have you back to talk about that when you start doing it again. That'd be
oh
amazing.
gosh, yeah.
What would you say? I'm just gonna keep going through the standard ones here.
Mhm.
Why we have all the room in the world for tangents.
Mm.
What would you say is like the best advice you've gotten so far as a cosplayer? Like, or what's the tip you've gotten that you think has helped you out the most?
Mhm. Uh, partly is definitely the mindset, you know, like kind of we were talking about like for confidence, right?
Hmm.
It's normal to feel that self doubt, like, oh, you even when
Yeah.
like you're putting on and getting ready of the cosplay, you look yourself in the mirror and you're gonna have doubts. The best thing you can do, and I feel like this is a big part of, you know, talk to any cosplayer, is just go out there and have fun. I mean, that's as cliche as
Yeah.
that is, right?
Yeah.
Just go out there and have fun because part of the cosplay, especially if you're like really doing like a very trying to become the character, is just fake it till you make it, right?
Yeah, it's
Go
the
out there with
attitude.
confidence and yeah, have the attitude.
Yeah.
And I find that like you yourself had noticed like the confidence that I was showing
Exuding.
off,
Yeah.
exuding, right? And I feel like that is almost like a third or even half of the cosplay, right?
Yeah.
You can have the
Yeah.
best cosplay, but if you're I'm not saying like it's normal to be shy, but if you're kind of, you know, a little more awkward and not as interactive, it can come off in comparison to if you were just fully into it, right?
Yeah.
Committed.
No, absolutely. No, for sure,
Hmm.
for sure. That's yeah. You're definitely right about a big part of the cosplay itself being like the attitude, the body language, all that. It makes all the difference in the world.
Yeah.
What would you say has been your best convention experience so far?
It's kind of hard because I guess if we're just doing all cosplay, yeah, I definitely. It's hard between this year and last year
Yeah.
because this year was very much like the most out there that I put myself, especially with the bunny suit, right?
Yeah.
That one got the most reactions that I've seen and got so many people like laughing and giggling, and I love that. But I know last year I had such a wholesome moment with my Inosuke cosplay, and that like lives rent free in my head.
Yeah.
I wish you could see it because I feel like it'd be super cool. But either way,
I wish I could too. There's the bunny suit one. There's what we
yeah,
were looking
right,
for. Yeah,
right.
with the JoJo
Because
pose.
oh yeah, like so like there's a points where I was like getting photo after photo. Like it became like a
Mm-hmm.
lineup. I feel
Mm-hmm.
like I got like five people asking for a photo back to back. So in terms of like the reception, I think this was probably the best one, and that one really makes my day.
That's fantastic.
Um, and this kind of goes with the like best experience of a convention. But with last year, I was in Nosuke, and there was this little girl, and she has to be like 4 years old, doesn't like speak very much,
Mm-hmm.
and she was with her family. She was dressed up as like a very Nezuko. She was
Oh
very
yeah,
cute,
yeah.
right? And her mother saw me. He's like, "Oh, it's Inosuke, your favorite character. Like, you should go take a picture." And you know,
Oh.
she was hiding behind her mother, like very shy. And I was like, "Oh,
Oh.
like dang, I'm sorry. Like, don't worry, I don't bite, right? I mean, I'm Inosuke.
Yeah.
He's very aggressive." And then like she like brought the courage up, and she started like her mother had to kind of like walk towards me, and she was behind me. But
Mm-hmm.
then, and I thought, oh, maybe she's just gonna like be in the picture. But out of nowhere, she like oh, so imagine like this finger is my arm.
Uh-huh.
She latches onto it, like
Aw.
right, and that like warmed my heart so much, having like
That's
this
so
little girl
sweet.
who sees me as like the character
Yeah.
got super nervous, but then she
Yeah.
brought the courage. She full on like grabs me, and like we had a picture, and I just smiling from ear to ear, just I,
Oh, that's amazing.
right? Just knowing that I can make this little kid's day. You know, I'm never gonna see that picture. I don't know who this person is, but it makes my heart melt, right?
Yeah. Yeah. No, that is so so sweet. That man, you were basically like the Disneyland cast member there, taking the picture with the kid that was so excited to meet their favorite Disney character. Like you basically had that moment. Like that.
Mhm.
Oh, that's fantastic, dude. Like yeah, chat's just oh, so yeah, dude.
Oh,
That's
God.
oh, that's so. What a great story.
Yeah.
Oh man, man, I. Yeah, that's really really sweet. Ah, man. I hate to bring it back around and flip it with this one right after that question, but that you're comfortable sharing, what's the worst convention experience that you've had?
Yeah.
I
So
know. I try to sandwich it
right.
between nice stuff, but I think it's important to ask.
Of course, you know, we had to take the good and the bad, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, not everything is
Yeah.
sunshine and rainbows all the time.
Yeah.
Um, it was my negative experience that happened. Technically, it wasn't towards me, but it was still like it was to one of my friends, and I believe again I think Kitty.
Neko Kitty, yeah.
Yeah, so I hope I'm not butchering their name.
Oh no, you're fine.
Kind of similar to that experience. I was to keep in mind, like this, I was in a Inosuke cosplay last year, and I kind of like ran into my friends, and first of all, like they're like, "Oh my God, Tony," because they haven't seen me. I did one of those things where when I started like bodybuilding,
Did you
I
disappear?
just said, yeah, I disappeared. I very much, because here's the thing about my bodybuilding. In the previous years, I said I was going to lose weight, and then I did for like half a year, and then I fell off. And I had this happen over the course of like high school to like early 20s. So I didn't want to do that again. So this time I said, you know what, you're not going to say anything until you're actually there. So that's what I did. I disappeared. So this is for my friends. This is the first time they see me. So they were super impressed, super happy to see me.
Wow.
And then we started walking towards the con. You know, very awesome. And I got to meet my friend. Not maybe my friend, but sorry. I have a friend. He's a good friend of mine, and he brought his sister, who, like, his sister is very conventionally attractive, right? But they were kind of explained to me that she doesn't really go out in public, especially at a convention, because a lot of times she gets hit on, like very, very frequently, and she gets very uncomfortable, which I was like totally understandable.
Yep. No, absolutely.
And almost like in queue, not like literally right afterwards, but we were walking just outside the halls, and this one guy comes up to her, and she's not in cosplay. Just keep in mind, she's wearing just a t-shirt and maybe like a skirt. Like there's no way you
just
would,
herself.
Just herself. So you wouldn't even can't even confuse her for a anime character. She looks for like a normal person. This person comes up, and immediately from the get-go, the vibe was a little more on the kind of creepy side. I hate to say that, but
oh no, you can say that. No, sometimes people are creepy, dude. Like, yeah, no, it's a real thing,
right? Immediately, kind of comes with this. Sorry, excuse me. I like your cosplay, and she was like, "Oh, I'm actually not cosplaying anything," and the guy's like, "That's okay. Can I take a picture with you?" And that was immediately me and my friend and my friend's girlfriend at the time. Like we immediately felt and knew exactly what was happening.
Yeah.
So we both just like me and my friend's girlfriend. We both kind of like said, "Sorry, we're actually in a hurry," and we kind of just grabbed her and like went away from that.
Time for the friend group to lock in. Yep.
Right, because we don't want her to, and it just sucks because like she was complaining to me and venting how she doesn't like being in these public events because she's getting kind of creeped on, and it happened, and I was like, geez,
right in front of you,
like, I was baffled, but also kind of like saddened because like she can't really just be there in the moment because she's scared of being like creeped on, and that does unfortunately kind of give me the reality check of sometimes in the conventions that there will be those people.
Oh yeah, no, and you have to look out for them. And yeah, the best thing you can do is be a part of a group, but even if not, like just look out for each other, you know? Like even if it's somebody that's not a part of your group, like just look out for each other. That's the important thing right there. Like hey, I'm glad she had you guys there with her, and like it sucks that this stuff happens. There was a video, I'm not going to share it with chat, but there was a video that I saw just like 2 days ago, and I sent it to my friends like after the interview last night, and it was camera footage of this one woman on public transport, and just like how many people just like stared and were creepy at her just like throughout her week. And I said, like, every time I ask somebody their worst cosplay experience, it's these guys. It's these exact guys every single time. That is the only bad experience anyone has at these cons, and like in general. And you gotta just be aware of them. And it's a shame, dude. Thanks for sharing that. I really appreciate it.
Of course.
Yeah. No, that's that's the reality of it. Damn.
Unfortunately, but that is more rarer than common, right?
Yep.
But it does happen for sure.
Yeah. The unfortunate thing is, even though it is super rare, is that it's one of the things you'll remember more than anything. You know, like which is unfortunate. So we touched on this earlier, But I'm actually kind of excited to ask, what kind of cosplays do you have planned for the future?
Yeah, ever since like the end of this anime convention, I've been inspired, and because of the reception of all my cosplays, right? When I chose these cosplays, I like didn't know how well I can actually pull them off, but then actually, seeing him after, kind of give me an inspiration for what I
Damn, yeah.
have next, right? So I know like one of them, this is going to be one that is more of a personal one, like Tony Chopper from One
Oh,
Piece,
that's
right?
awesome. Yeah.
Right?
Oh, you'd make
I
a great hulked out chopper. That'd
That's
be
something
so
like because
cool.
right, not even the fact that he's hulked out and in one of his
Yeah.
forms, but his name is Tony. It
Oh,
just it
yes,
just makes
dude.
sense,
Oh, it's perfect.
right?
That's
Tony.
I love it. Continue, continue.
Yeah, yeah. Tony Chopper. I know, like, I got inspired by. I think I in one of your streams where you're looking at the different people, um, cos aprons, like the one she was doing. Simon, like with the glasses and like everything, like she
Yes.
right? She and I think you also said like, or you said that you experienced her and her kids when she was the red blood cell, and then she had the platelet kids, right?
Was that a previous year?
It could have been, but she was also like on Saturday. She had her kids with her, and she dressed them up as
I
like,
might have.
yeah. Either way, I was thinking of like being a plate, like a buff platelet, like kind of keeping theme with being a buff version of like almost like a kid
That's
character or
so,
very
yeah, that's
cutesy.
awesome.
Right? I think that one I like because in this particular case, I can see I'm the strongest platelet. Like I'm like the healthiest individual. No like virus or germs are going to get past me.
That's
Right?
so good. Oh man, I just pictured you as a white blood cell, and it was legitimately scary. I just like
Yeah.
that's too scary, man. That guy's that's too scary.
Honestly, I could be anything from Cells at Work. I feel like that would be it. Just sells itself, right? Just being
Yeah,
the buff or the strongest version of any kind of the cells. I think that'd be
that
cool.
worked really good. I just remember what a psychopath white blood cell was. That's one of the only things I really remember from that series. Just like you just just everything in that
It's a
was
good.
like adorable though. Sorry,
Oh,
do you have any more? I didn't mean to cut you off there.
Oh no, you're good. I think besides those two, I know like I posted one on my Instagram story, but like I know I was one of the first animes that I really got into was Fairy Tale. I always wanted
Oh.
to do a gender bent version of like Urza Scarlet.
I
Do you know the
somehow
character?
knew she was one of my favorite characters from that as well. I was into Fairy Tail for quite a long time. It really took some time for it to lose me.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it's just it's very like you have to almost like as cheesy as it is, right? Friendship beats everything, right?
Yeah, yeah,
It does. It's a good feel good anime, right? For like
yeah.
a friendship and the believing
The
in yourself,
moments.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
So
moments. And honestly the soundtrack was one of the best things. The soundtrack was unbelievably good. And once Fairy Tail ended, the same orchestra band that did that they started showing up in every anime for a little while. There was like 2 years you would hear them. I'd be like, that's the Fairy Tail group again, isn't it? And I'd look it up and like, yeah, that's them. Like they're free now. They can do whatever they want. Like, wow. Yeah. Okay. Which version of Urza? I see. I'll ask that one now. Because I saw
yeah,
that in chat.
yeah. It's the it literally the samurai version. I think
Yeah.
it's yeah, I think I see in the chat. Yeah, they got it. It's the one that has the flame pants and like
Yep.
the wrapping, right?
Yep. Yep.
More because every other armor, no offense to like, I just don't think I can make that. Like,
Oh, dude. I mean, I knew it wasn't the Titania set because that's impossible. Like, I think I saw one person one time do it, and it was like, they didn't look like they could move. Like oh yeah, no, that would be the one to cosplay as. The samurai set would be. That'd be. I don't know. That would suit you very well.
I think we're just going with the theme. Like, I'm trying to like play really into like what I already have. In this case, like I have a really good physique. So,
Yeah.
definitely that's Urza Scarlet. What's the name of that? I just know her like as a samurai mode, but that's the one. That's the version that I'm going to try to plan for.
Nice.
Um, And then the last one that I would say, and this one has been like on my list for a while, even before I was actually considering doing this one for this year, Buff Miku.
Oh, that'd be so cool. Nice.
like just either it's just her full normal outfit, or I did like look up like she has a bunny suit Miku, and actually
Oh
like
yeah.
there's so many different versions of Miku, and I think either way, either version, I would love to do Miku because everyone knows Miku. She's really popular. I'm kind of sad that I didn't do it because there was the Miku concert, like there was a Vocaloid concert this
Yeah.
year, so
Yeah.
it would have fit, but it's okay.
That would have been fantastic. But I hope to see that from you in the future, dude. Like, I would love to see you as Buff Miku. And chat would too. Everybody's... Yeah, that would be amazing.
Hell yeah, I love Miku. It's definitely in my top 3 list, I think, along with Urza, so.
Nice. Nice. Those are really good picks. Those are really, really good picks. I like the commitment too. Like, every time I see someone doing the gender bent cosplays, it just kind of makes me happy. Like, I'm just like, yeah, like, I'm like, hell yeah, you go for it. Like, no matter which way it's being bent, it's just like, I don't know, it's like this one brings joy, you know. It's like that meme, you know. Like, it's fantastic. What, like, if you don't mind my asking, what made you decide to go for more of the gender bent cosplays? Is it just that same, like, you want to turn heads and get everybody laughing, like, or like, what made you decide to go that direction?
Yeah, I mean, I guess because being a bodybuilder, being more muscular, it's kind of hard not to like. I guess if a guy was a little more on the leaner side, it's easier for them to blend in, and like I'm sure everyone has seen that video of like a person coming up to I forgot their name, but it was like a person cosplaying a cat girl, and them believing that they were a girl, and then they're kind of like, "Hey man, you're looking kind of cute."
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Thanks, man. My name is Felix.
Yeah, I
And
felt a lot
like,
better about that video when I found out that they asked and they planned that out. Like that was I felt a lot, but yeah, that one's famous, right? Like, yeah, for sure.
right. So it's anyone who sees me, I guess they can kind of like already tell like, and again, I'm not saying that women can't be muscular or anything, but like it's harder for I guess for someone like me to be fully committed to that, but it really much is like, yeah, like because I already spent so much time on my physique, I want to show it off while also, like I said earlier, kind of turning heads and giving people a laugh, giving people a smile, right? Because it's not only, I think I can pull that off the best.
The
Right?
contrast.
Yeah.
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 No, that makes a lot of sense. Oh, that's awesome. So, like, we very briefly touched on this earlier. How much of your cosplays do you make yourself, and how much of it do you order in?
Okay, so full disclosure, a lot of these cosplays that I have, especially even like this year or last year, I did not make basically any of it. I'm not gonna lie about
I don't
that.
think that I don't think that has to be a full disclosure thing. I think that's totally fine. Like, you're doing the cosplay work. I think everybody just, you know, for anybody here and I think there's a lot of people here who are interested in cosplay, like they want to know that stuff too, right? Like, how did you get this amazing stuff? Like, yeah, it's not a, yeah, you don't have to feel weird about that.
Okay, because I always feel embarrassed because I mean I'm not like, obviously, like you were saying, you don't have to make the entire cosplay by hand to be a cosplayer, right?
No, not at all.
Right, but still part of me like I don't, that's partly why I don't like example enter in the cosplay contest, which I think I actually looked in the rules just to see. Yeah, you have to make at least 50% of your cosplay to be able to be eligible, which I think that's really good because I think that people who make the thing by hand and spend hours and months on it should be celebrated and should be rewarded, right?
Of course.
But for people like me who don't have the time, or I will be honest, I'm not as creative as some of these awesome people who can, buying these pre-made or custom cosplays is one of the solutions where I can still cosplay, right?
Yeah, that's amazing.
So the apron one for Anya, or I guess if you look at my Instagram, there's one for Nezuko made by the same person, and that was the Cos Aprons.
She was there.
Yeah, she was there.
Oh.
I met her, and funny thing, I met her back in 2019, right? The same year that I started like wanting to do cosplay.
Wow.
And I bought that Nezuko apron at 2019, and I just thought, like, wouldn't it be great to make this a cosplay? And actually, that's wow. That actually, I like how that now is looping to like I never made this connection. Like I literally like took this apron and was like, imagine a buff version of Nezuko using this apron back in 2019.
That's so
And then
cool.
right eventually I was like, let's do it. I have it. So from there I bought some accessories from Amazon. A lot of if I didn't get it from like let's say my local Michaels,
Hmm.
I would buy a lot of my wigs or things from Amazon, right? I will say Amazon has it's a pretty good space to find
Yeah,
and get cheap things, right?
absolutely.
And then yeah, I made kind of put everything together, and then using my confidence, just like walking around, and that's uh, became the character, right? Or became the persona of the character that I wanted.
That's fantastic. That's really really cool. So Cos Aprons, I think I'm gonna have to like find
Oh,
post a link to her a little bit later, like when I get done here, because like that she was there at our local con. Like we got pictures with her. Like yeah, and she made this like that. That's so cool.
yeah, 100%. And like the Nezuko apron was unplanned. Like it was there. I
Hmm.
bought it from her. This specific one for Anya, I actually like
Can I make
contacted
nods as
her.
far as let me go?
Dang. Goodness.
Storyteller might grab that might grab that for me if she doesn't mind. She did send me a copy of your Inosuke cosplay.
Oh,
If you're okay with me bringing that up.
yeah, that's totally fine. Let's do it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay, let's take a look at that.
But yeah, Cos Apron, she's super awesome. I commissioned her to make a I commissioned her to make the Anya apron because that I had the idea back all the way last fall.
Mm-hmm.
And so she was super happy to make it, and she actually wanted to make it, and I think that was really awesome, right?
That's so cool. That's really like oh, so you didn't just buy that that was made for you. Like that's fantastic. So yeah, I was gonna ask if you had to like if you've ever bought something and you've had to modify it because like it just was not meant for somebody built like you. Like was somebody like have you ever had to like widen something out to accommodate those arms or what?
Strategically, actually, you might kind of notice a lot of my cosplays. I have it so there is no arm sleeves or
That's a
no
really
shoulder
good
thing.
point.
Because yeah, it's really hard, especially like when you buy, in this case, like female products in this certain sense, feminine products.
Yeah.
They don't necessarily give a lot of leeway in the shoulders or the lats, right?
Okay.
For example, the on the your cosplay, like I was really confident, but Jesus, it was the lats. It was it was hard to breathe. I'm not gonna lie.
I love the way you said that. I was confident, but Jesus.
Like zipping that up, I was like, I had to like take deep breaths, like, "Ugh, come on, come on, right? Like in behind the scenes. But like once it's on, and I know I was really worried I was gonna rip it, but like, oh god, it stayed strong, right?
I, I
Um,
I love how immediately someone in chat found that relatable. Like Zed
yeah.
Pro X, they were you if I remember correctly, Zed, you were a gender swapped version of a character from Blue Archive, I believe. And they just said like, yeah, my suit was breaking. Like yeah, that's so cool. I didn't know that was a thing. I'm learning stuff here. That's awesome.
Yeah, I actually had a conversation with him when we like because we kind of like talked and met up, and that was one of the things. Like he was saying, like a lot of his costume, like because he's also a more muscular person, it was really hard, even after a custom like fitting order, to not break, but like stretch it out or to like
Yeah.
feel constricted, right? So, but even like disregarding like the top, because I strategically have it so then it's not worried about my arms or my shoulders. Um, if you, I think either in this picture or if you scroll
Hmm.
to the next picture on the right, using the arrows.
Oh, boop.
Let's see.
Is it gonna let me do
Oh,
that?
at
Yeah.
least the first
There we go. Okay, cool.
or the one that
Keep
shows
going.
off the legs or the boots. Because I was actually wearing. I don't know if is it in there. I think it should. Dang it. I think if you there has to be like one. Yeah,
There's
I guess
one
that
there.
one works.
There's one there.
Um,
Which one do you want me to keep?
I was the one where I guess that one with the whichever one. But yeah, I'm wearing boots, and
Okay.
those ones I had to buy. Not kidding you, like 4 pairs of that boot because I had to buy it in women's size. And
Uh-huh.
and so I was like, crap, I don't know which because yeah, my calves. I have big calves and
Uh-huh.
just big legs in general, so I was not really sure if any of these would fit, right? Not even like from the will it stretch over my legs, but also like if the sole of the feet was too narrow, and a lot of them were, so I had to like kind of break them in or like make sure that I can actually walk right in those heels. And I will say, 8 hours in those like boots. Oh my god,
I bet.
my feet are still a little sore from that. It's crazy. I don't know how people can wear those things for like half a day. Right.
This is amazing. The amount of insight you have into this is fantastic. I'm really enjoying this. Like, the amount of insight was crazy. Where I mentioned like, oh, this person finds it relatable, and you're like, oh yeah, I talked to them. I know exactly. You're like, oh, geez, you're like, that was pretty impressive. Wow. Okay. I'm gonna keep scrolling through these if you don't mind. I actually want to see right to the end. Oh well, and that was probably there. We go.
That was from the main cafe, and oh yeah, like even like this picture, like because I'm still on I have to maintain my physique. I brought my meal prep, and that is we call it it's sort of like TikTok, but it's like basically a portable hot pot where you plug it in, and it becomes just a hot. And this is in the cafeteria. I feel like there's so many people can probably like say this. They just see me because there's only one outlet in this corner, so I'm like sitting down in the corner like with my hot pot, just like.
I wish I could have seen that. That's so cool. No, I love that. That's Hey, you're on the grind. You're not gonna.
I gotta stay committed to my my diet and my physique.
Yep, that's how you got. That's so cool.
But people were like just smiling. They were laughing. They were loving it.
That suits your too. It honestly, I could just see your doing that and be like, oh, like this is this is just what I'm doing. And people like. All right, you got it. Like her coworkers or whatever.
Right. Oh gosh, her and cooking. That's the one of the best jokes.
Oh, it's. I want her to get a win with cooking though, dude. Like I really do. There we go. Yeah, I want her. I want her to get a win with cooking, but I don't know about that. I just, don't. If she does actually cook something good, don't give it to her brother. Yeah. Not that guy. He doesn't deserve it. Like no.
Oh, no. Oh gosh.
Oh man. Okay. Well, I'm going to open it up now for chat to throw some Q&A. If anybody has a question specifically for Tony, for Zenpai here, like please go ahead and ask. I'm going to quickly just take a scroll up and see if I missed anything in chat. And if not, we're just gonna keep talking until some questions come in. And this has been a lot of fun, dude. I hope you're having as good of a time as I am.
Oh, 100%. I've really been looking forward to this interview. I mean, I guess definitely part of it. Part is cosplaying is not just about like obviously it's super cool and a lot of respect to people who can. I already see a question, but really cool people who can make. And like create for like sewing or prop making, it's just amazing, right?
It really
is. For someone like me who, I'd say I'm not very artistic, like in terms of like I can barely draw a stick figure. Like I can't draw some of these really cool pieces of art. I can't sew like a dress or a T-shirt. Part of me always like, dang, I wish I could be a cosplayer, right? But I think just after this experience as a beginner cosplayer, right, it just shows that there's different sides and different avenues of cosplaying. You don't necessarily have to fit into like one way to be a cosplayer, right?
Yeah, you are a cosplayer. You're a fantastic cosplayer. Like, yeah, no, absolutely. We just got done talking about like everybody's always like enjoying what you do. Like, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
1 second here. All right, what do we got here? Your favorite workout? Okay, go for it.
I mean,
let's do it.
I saw that kind of coming. So,
I'm here for
it. Definitely, for sure. Be very biased because I have very big legs. Wow, shocker, right? You can tell that from the cosplays.
Hell yeah.
Right. Anything to do with squats, I'd say it's like just traditional squats, hack squats, leg press. All three of those, I count them as one. Legs in general is like one of my favorite workouts because not only do I get to show off my legs, but also I feel the most powerful and I burn the most like energy, right? You feel like you did a really hard thing, and sometimes just accomplishing a hard workout feels the greatest. I think that's why I like leg day, for example, right?
That's awesome.
But besides those ones, because that one's kind of like cheat because I am more of a leg person. Um, real quick, tricep push down, either for bar or rope, and bicep curls. Because I mean, who doesn't like to, do a nice little. Oh wait, I can't. Of course, sorry. My actual number one favorite is either pull-ups or lat pull
Ooh.
downs. So
Ooh.
it's just that motion, right? Because you really feel like, imagine, you're hanging off a cliff. You're in an apocalypse movie. You're just like,
Yeah,
come on,
yeah,
I
exactly,
gotta survive.
yeah, exactly. I
Yeah.
I will say pull-ups are one of the few like things you listed there that I actually enjoy. I actually like pull-ups are fun. Like I can totally attest to that. But I was the kid that you couldn't get me out of a tree when I was younger. I was
Oh,
just
yeah.
like that. That's. I'm glad we found some common ground on that one at least. I'm not a gym guy, but I wish I was. Maybe I should be someday, but I don't know.
I mean, obviously, hey, like personally, if you do have any questions for the gym, not saying you should go, but my DMs are always open
That's
for
so
anybody.
sweet.
Actually, anybody, in fact, in chat has a question about the gym that they want to go run by me. I am fully open for like a DM about the gym or anything fitness, right?
That is so
Um,
generous of you.
yeah, well, I know how there's a lot of like misinformation and a lot of I don't knows
Yeah.
for fitness, so I am more than willing to help guide people because I used to be that person who didn't know where to start. So,
Yeah.
um,
No,
yeah.
that's very very squats are the absolute best. Hi Autumn, welcome in.
Yeah, squats. Oh, like next to pull-ups, they incorporate so many muscle groups, right? So,
Yeah.
and I think you could have the best upper body, but I'll tell you this from someone who competed in the bodybuilding show, you can have really impressive arms or chest or back, but if your legs are chicken, it makes me and everybody else go,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I get you. I get you. I've used this analogy before, but like if you have to like I don't know. I think at the end of the day, the legs are almost kind of more important for like just for a healthy human being. Like they're almost kind of more important. They're your locomotion. They're everything. And like I make the joke. I mean, the most powerful thing that's ever walked this earth was the T-Rex, and look at those itty bitty little arms. Just like.
Oh, I like that comparison. No, like you very much, you're very true. Like it carries you, literally carries you.
Yeah.
What do you do every day? You walk, you run, you climb, right? So it's very important to have just like not only for balance but for just healthy living, right? If you
Yeah.
get winded off of climbing stairs, I mean, you're not going to escape a fire, even if you're jacked as F, right? So.
I went swimming recently for the first time in like 2 years, and I was like, oh, we need to start swimming more, because I used to be able to do like like laps of this, and now it's like, oh, okay, like yeah, no, it creeps up on you if you don't like maintain stuff like that. Gotta be
Oh yeah.
honest about it. I'm probably a little too sedentary sometimes.
And
So
hey,
Stuart,
like fitness. Sorry, sorry.
no, continue. There's a very very slight delay. So if I ever start talking during one of your pauses or something, I'm really testing my connection. Both my roommate and I are both streaming right now, and I'm streaming your video to me and to everybody. Yeah, like sorry, I don't mean to talk over you. I'd much rather you talk over me. Continue.
Oh no, you're good. Crap. Now I forgot. No,
Oh,
I forgot to say. Crap. Big legs. No. No, I lost it. Dang it. No,
I was saying that I'm probably a little bit too sedentary. It's really easy to like lose this stuff if you don't maintain it.
Yes. Oh yeah. Fitness is a big spectrum, right? I always tell people like you don't have to do what I'm doing. I just found a very big drive and found what works for me for bodybuilding. But anything that like does like swimming, rock climbing, bouldering, sports, right? As long as it's something that you can enjoy and see yourself doing,
Yeah.
that's honestly the most important thing. Because if you're forcing yourself to eat or to exercise with something that you don't like, it's not going to last long, and it just becomes a phase rather than a lifestyle. So I think that's my advice for people is finding
That's
a type of exercise that you actually enjoy, not just following, like for example, what I do exactly. Right.
that is really really good advice. No, yeah, that's fantastic. Thank you for that. The storyteller was asking, what's your process for coming up with your cosplays?
Yeah, very much. But first of all, is this something that I can do without breaking my bank or breaking my back doing it, right? Like, for example, if Urza, right? I was like, okay, Urza, I'm not doing her armor because that is a whole,
Yeah.
like, mountain of work that I don't see myself doing. But also, like, how much do I like the character? Is it, I will say there is popularity does help a little bit because the more popular character, sorry, I didn't mean to hit my microphone. The more popular the character is, the easier it is to generally find accessories for that character, right?
Oh yeah.
If you search up Miku wig or search up Miku costume, you can probably find some on websites or Amazon for, decently well. But then if you search up more obscure characters,
Yeah.
and there's no hate to anyone who does cosplay obscure characters, I love that. I
Oh,
think they deserve
that's
more
amazing.
representation. But for me, because I am a student who is very broke a lot of the year and very busy, I usually go for the more popular characters because it's easier to get the materials or get the costumes for me to present it. But then also, right, how would they look translated to a more muscular version? I always look at kind of that, right?
That makes a lot. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah, that makes total sense. There's the main problem I think with Urza's like armored form is that you're basically building the Iron Throne as a costume. You know, from Game of Swords, that's that's basically what it is at the end of the day. And yeah, that's a monumentous effort. Like it's the exact same thing, and it wouldn't really fit your vibe either. It'd be covering too much of the muscles.
I would say I spend too much time on the muscles not to have a little bit of skin show. So yeah, very much. Can I show off my muscles? That's a big part of the cosplay, right?
Yeah, you earned it. Absolutely, dude. 100% you did. Oh, man. We have been, like, tearing through this. Like, I think that that's all of the stuff that we had pre-planned to ask you. Like, I don't know. If anybody else has some more questions for TonyZenpai, or if you have anything that you want to talk about or anything that you want to bring up or anything like that, like, I'm happy to continue chatting, but yeah, let's see what we got.
Yeah. Well, as we're waiting for any other questions, I know I'll share. With this year with the bunny suit, especially, I noticed that one I did say had the best, I guess, reception.
Yeah.
But also, I'll mention that a lot of people ask me for weird. Okay, I say weird, but objectively weird requests.
Okay.
For pictures, right? So. First one that comes to mind, a guy asked me to step on them for a picture.
I think I saw a picture of like it was a far away angle of someone captured that scene. I think I saw that in the convention photos somewhere where in the background you can see you stepping on someone and someone with the like taking the picture of it. I saw that somewhere. I'll take a look and see if I can find that for you.
If anyone can find that, legit send it to me, right? I believe that was with my Your cosplay. Right, someone asked me because I'm yours, as they say, a mommy. I don't want to. It sounds cringe that I say out loud, but basically, yeah, it makes sense. He's like, I want you to step on me, buff mommy. And I was like, sure.
You got it, bro.
Right. At the end of the day, I want to like make people's day. It's a convention. Obviously, if someone asks me on the streets to do that, different vibe, different story.
Yeah, but exactly. It's about asking first and everybody being on the same page. Like exactly. Like that's fantastic.
Right. So yeah, but the thing with that was because I was wearing a dress technically, right? At first he kind of went on all fours, but I'm like, okay, I don't want to flash the camera or anybody else because there are people watching us. And I lifted up my leg. I was like, nope, people can see my underwear. I do not want that to be in a picture. So I just asked him, like, hey, can you go lower? Can you go lower? And eventually, he just had to go on the ground, laying face down. Like, great, I can work with this, right?
I can work with.
That's
great. Yeah. Oh man, that's also what makes that like that's what makes it such a good back and forth. They're like, hey, are you comfortable doing this thing? And you're like, I'm comfortable with it in this context. And they're like, cool. Yeah. That's a totally successful like negotiation right there. Like everybody was happy. That's fantastic.
Right. God, if anyone has that picture, that'd be super cool.
I know I saw that in the background of someone's picture. I'll take a look. I got sent a lot of pictures from the con.
Yeah. What other requests I got? I had a lot of girls ask me to put them in a chokehold. I think that was really funny. I mean, it makes sense because with the bicep, the arms, and just the veins, and just like
Yeah.
kind of like putting them in there. And then I know this one girl. She asked me again. I'll make her anonymous because she asked me like not to. Because I asked her
Of
for her
course.
picture, but she asked to be anonymous. But
Yeah, of course.
she wanted me to flex my bicep, and then have her like for the picture almost pretend like she's about to eat it like a chicken wing. And I think that was the most honestly like a lot of people ask me like, "Oh, do you feel creeped out or weird?" I'm like, no, not exactly. Well, because one, it's a convention.
Yeah.
We're all nerds and weebs and otakus. It's just enjoying ourselves and having fun and with the fandom. But
Absolutely.
also, to me, I take it as a compliment that I did well with my physique, my training, right? So,
Yeah.
um, to me that's like, oh no, I get it, this let's have some fun, let's do it because it's making you smile and happy, and you also asked me, there's consent that you didn't just jump on me,
Exactly.
right?
Exactly. And we talked about that whole like, like positivity vibe that you were giving off at the con. Like they felt comfortable asking you too. Like that, yeah, that's fantastic. Yeah, you were very, very approachable. I think that definitely helped. Like, damn,
Oh,
dude. Yeah. Oh, sorry, just kicked
well,
that cord again.
that's good.
I got made fun of
I
for
really,
that last time.
I do appreciate that. Part of me kind of wants to be approachable. I
Oh
really
yeah.
like want people to be open and comfortable with talking to me because I not that I have a lot to say, but I just find to wanting to spread joy and positivity, and I know that sometimes just a nice high can make someone's day, right? And so being able to be approachable really helps bridge that gap,
Yeah,
right?
that's amazing. And you do a really, really good job of it. Oh
Thanks.
man, damn dude. Man, I don't really want this interview to be over yet because I'm having such a good time. But like I've definitely run out of questions. Like if you have any more stories you want to tell, that's amazing.
Mhm.
But if not, I think I'm probably gonna be getting close to wrapping up here because we've gone through everything so quick. This has flowed so well. It's
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't want to stretch it out longer because I also,
no, by all means.
I believe in like an interview that's like short and sweet. Like you don't want to pan it out for the sake of panning out, right? You don't want to
Exactly.
be
Yep.
a TV show that goes on too long, right? But
Yep.
very much I do love this interview so far.
Oh yeah.
Let's see, I'm trying to think here.
I've got. Oh, sorry. I meant to ask you this earlier, but I didn't want to interrupt your story. I've got one more.
Yeah, sure.
You seem to have like a fairly professional setup here. Do you stream as well? Like, what's with like so like you've got a pretty nice standing mic. You've got good camera quality. Like, are you a streamer as well?
I did like try to kind of stream. Okay, so I used to be I guess that what's the name? Your boy Chips, right? I'm sure. I think we had like
Yeah.
like an interaction, right? I used to be in competitive Super Smash Brothers. I used to
Oh yeah,
compete
I could see that.
and go to tournaments all across Alberta. And again,
Wow.
I hate to toot my own horn, but I used to be, I think, 25th best in Edmonton. Not Edmonton, Alberta.
Ooh,
I think it's 25th in Alberta, right?
nice. Yeah,
Right?
very nice.
And I think it's funny because people like that was I was like I'm also on Twitter. I was like, hey, I am announcing my retirement from competitive Smash to do bodybuilding, right? And so
Oh wow.
yeah, people. I guess that's kind of where I disappeared, but people cheer me on from there.
Yeah.
Where's I going with this? Oh yeah, I used to stream some tournaments. I used to, and just
Oh
in
hell
general, I
yeah.
wanted to do some streaming. It unfortunately didn't take off because I feel like I'm a very active person. Wow, crazy shocker, right?
Oh yeah.
So for me, sitting down and gaming for I want to say 3 to 8 hours a day, or talking in front of a camera for 8 hours a day, it does kind of tax me. Like
Oh yeah.
this conversation, like I am legitimately having so much fun talking with you, but I also know I can feel my social battery start to kind of like dwindle a little bit,
Totally
right?
understandable. Yep.
So I kind of realized after trying it for a little bit that streaming wasn't for me, at least not the kind of content that you do. And I respect anyone who has that like energy and commitment to do like long, like 8 hour, 12-hour streams. It's insane. I don't think I have enough energy to do that. And also I like to walk. I like to be active.
Yeah,
So
you're an
for
active
me,
guy. Yeah,
right.
it makes sense.
Um, but yeah, part of it is just try to be professional, right? I I'll share this. I do work for the city of Edmonton, right? So I do a lot of
Yeah.
interviews. I do
I didn't
some,
want to bring that up if
uh,
you didn't, but I knew that, and I was also impressed. It was like you do all of that on top of working for the city. But yeah, I wasn't going to bring it up if you didn't. Continue.
yeah. So just kind of the nature of working on the city is that I sometimes I have to do interviews or video chats with my higher up superiors. So just having nicer quality camera, headphones, and a microphone helps to kind of present my best, present my best,
Yeah,
right?
makes you seem very professional. No, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do seem very professional. If you don't mind my asking, who'd you main in Smash?
So anyone who's part of the scene might kind of like might be attest to this, but I main Rob, if
Oh,
you know. So he is very well considered to be top 5, top 10, especially character in Smash.
my roommate mains Rob, and so yeah, Rob and Zelda, and so I've been harassed to death by that little robot. He is so annoying to fight
Yeah,
against. If there's a good Rob, he's like, oh boy, that tracks. Like,
yeah. There's a reason why. I mean, maybe that helped me too. But I was legit. I didn't like was just a one trick
that move.
annoy. Yeah, the charge, but also
Yeah,
the
yeah.
down,
Or even just
the
his little
slide.
his little like ka-chunk, just like it
Right.
comes out so fast. It's just,
It's crazy. And then like you put that at the ledge where the opponent's just like, what do I do? What do I do? Because then I just cover whatever option you go on.
yep.
There's a whole flow chart, but very much, yeah, I main Rob, and I guess side tangent. I just real quick.
Of
Um,
course.
with Rob, initially when the game first came out, I main like Pichu and Chrom,
Okay.
and
Okay.
I had a friend who's like,
Technical
hey
fighters.
man, I want to like get better at Smash. Do you mind helping me? I'm like, yeah, sure, of course, dude. And he played Rob, right? And so then I was like, okay,
Oh.
well, I don't know what Rob does. So here, let me just let me diddle you. Let me choose Rob, and then I'll fight against your Rob. And well, let's just say that I fell in love instantly.
Yep. That's
And
amazing.
I think within that play session, I got a better Rob than he did, and he was playing Rob for like a solid month. And I think that's the most hilarious thing. He's like, oh yeah, I can help you out, huh? So I learned something new, and this turned into me like finding my main, right? So,
That's like a friend
um,
being like, "Hey man, can you help me farm XP?" And then you XP farm them. Like that's like
yeah, yeah. So without him, I wouldn't have been a raw main. But yeah. So thanks to Smash, but honestly, thanks to Smash Brothers, I would probably have gone to, or I might not have been into Animathon because they still host
yeah,
tournaments there.
yeah.
But
Chips hosts.
back then,
Yeah.
yeah, they hosted like I know there's a different group that used to host it before your boy Chips, but yeah, that was one of the reasons why I came to Animathon was to do the tournament. So
That makes
in a
total
way,
sense.
without Smash, I wouldn't have gone to this kind of this I guess life path, this life choice, probably.
Wow. I always
Yeah.
love that when someone's hobby turns out to just be like a really positive influence in their life because you hear that a lot. I think it's important to find something that you love. You know, it doesn't matter what it is, and that's gonna like I think that helps just a lot in general. Like you mentioned the streaming thing wasn't your thing. I'm not the most social person offline. Like I'm pretty good. I'm really good in in a crowd or on a stage or something like that. But this is good because it's a social interaction that I choose. I'm in my office. Like if I get uncomfortable, I can just turn off stream. There's not people in my house. You know,
Mhm.
I'm not at someone else's house and have to make an excuse why I got to go home. Well, it's about that time. You know, I don't got to do any. I don't have to do any of that.
I suppose.
Yeah, it's about finding what you're comfortable with. You know, it could
Mhm.
be anything. Like yeah, though what a that is actually like kind of inspiring that like Smash Brothers led you to like all of this. Like that's kind of amazing.
Yeah, I'm really big. I'm really big. I'm happy that I've gone through. I'm really happy if the community. Honestly, if you're in the community for like at least Alberta, I know they're very
Yeah.
open and they're very uh, supportive of each other. So,
Oh
but
yeah.
I also knew, but I kind of knew it. I either if I had to do bodybuilding, I had to take it seriously. So that's why I retired. I couldn't do both. I
Yep.
had to really dedicate myself because I was very much wanting to change. I really much knew that it was. I had my fun with Smash. I think at that point I was playing for 4 years competitively, but I knew that I needed to go down a different path, and I think I succeeded, right? So
Oh, you absolutely succeeded. Yeah, and I bet you're still no pushover in Smash either. Have you ever had to play?
I I I think I is it my GameCube? My Switch over there. I have like my Switch like right over. I'm trying to think what point of the camera. Right there. And
Nice.
I have my GameCube controller. Don't think I think it's dusty. I don't think I've touched that for months. I mean, I could probably like muscle memory. I could probably get back, but I don't think I'm ever near. But I'm gonna confidently say I could probably beat most people here in the chat.
You'd probably
Is what I'm
destroy
gonna
me.
say.
Yeah, you'd
Yeah.
absolutely annihilate me. I wouldn't know what hit me. Like, yeah. My Ike would be having a bad day.
Yeah. Oh god. Oh my god. Do a
Yeah.
Rob cosplay. I just look at the chat. Do a Rob cosplay. Legitimately, I would love to do a Rob cosplay, but what do you do for that?
I don't know.
Do you go like a human version of Rob, or do you just full send it? But then like I have to like.
I think you
grab
get like maybe like like the helm and like maybe like the helm and a set of gloves or something, so you could still be like ripped Rob posing. Because I honestly, Rob has a lot of flexing poses.
Yeah, he like
Ro-
surprisingly he like does a spin too, so he can kind of like. But I think also like the base, because he literally like
I know.
floats. What are you supposed to do with that? And even then, like, do I want to go to a convention where you're bulky, so you're gonna constantly say like, "Oops, sorry."
I'm
Oops,
picturing
sorry.
I'm picturing a mat that you can roll up and you just roll it out like an octagon shaped, like
Yeah.
just snap it out and stand on it like.
Honestly, that would be a fun project to do. Although I don't know if I have the courage to tackle that. But if anyone has any ideas, that'd be great. Oh God.
Oh man. Well, Zenpai, Tony, you have been absolutely amazing. What a phenomenal guest you've been. I really want to thank you one more time for agreeing to come on and do an interview here. I've really been looking forward to this one, and like, yeah, man, like the amount of positivity that just comes off of you is fantastic. So thank you so much for being here. We really, really appreciate you.
And thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. I know. I hope I'll try my best as a busy person about to go back to school.
Yep.
I do want to stay part of this community. I'll try to stop in for streams, but just know that I can't always be there for every single time because
I always tell
right?
people real life comes first, right? I'm not going anywhere. Like, oh yeah, no, not at all. And I really hope that I get to see you at conventions in the future. I hope to take your picture again. And yeah, who knows? Maybe we'll have you back on someday. But either way, I just hope you had a great time. And yeah, you've been phenomenal.
Well, thank you. I will say this is not guaranteed. I'm still in the works. I might show up on the Sunday of the Edmonton Expo if anyone else is going there.
That'd be great.
If not, I am for sure going to be there for next Animethon 2026.
Awesome.
So you will definitely see me there.
That's fantastic. No, that's amazing. Well, hey, we appreciate you, everybody. Feel free to go ahead and follow TonyZenpai. Their Instagram link is right there above them. They're Mr. Zenpai on the Discord. Just thank you so much, and we appreciate you. Thanks for a fantastic interview. And there's your links. Perfect. There's your links right there in chat. No.
Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate it.
You've been wonderful, and go ahead and reset that social battery. I really appreciate you taking the time out of like your extremely busy schedule. Thanks for helping manage my city. I appreciate it. And we'll see you next time.
Of course, no, thank you so much. I hope everyone has a great night, and the next interview, I hope it's a great one. Honestly.
Oh, no, honestly. I don't think I've met somebody at the cons that hasn't been great. So like, yeah, I really look forward to doing more of these in the future, and yeah, hope to have you back someday.
Right, thank you.
All right, well, thank you so much, Tony, and we'll see you next time. Have a great evening.
Thank you. Cheers, everyone.
Good night.
Night.